What if you could get cruise control? Heated grips, heated seats, Brembo brakes, fully adjustable KYB suspension, cornering ABS, blind spot detection, and a built-in 1080p camera, all on a large-capacity adventure bike for under £12,000. Most people would assume you'd have to make some serious compromises somewhere. But Moto Morini are here to prove otherwise with their new Xcape 1200, the cheapest large-capacity adventure bike on the market right now. At £11,599, it undercuts the Suzuki V-Strom by £2,400, the Moto Guzzi Stelvio by over £3,000, and the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports by a whopping £4,900. So the question isn't whether this is good value. It clearly is. The real question is whether it can actually back that up where it counts. The heart of the Xcape 1200 is a 1,178cc V-twin engine with a genuinely interesting backstory. Designed by Italian engineer Franco Lambertini and originally used in Morini's Cursaro street bike all the way back in 2005, it's been heavily reworked with new internals, modern electronics, and ride-by-wire throttle to meet current Euro 5 regulations. Claimed figures are 129 horsepower and 77.4 pounds-ft of torque, both of which actually better the Africa Twin on paper. In the real world, though, the performance feels somewhat muted, and the reason is simple: weight. At a fully fueled 294 kilograms, the Xcape is seriously heavy, and that mass takes the edge off what should be a punchy, exciting engine. Low RPM fueling can feel a little snatchy too, but once you're above 3,000 revolutions per minute, the power delivery smooths out into a pleasant, linear surge that suits relaxed road cruising beautifully. 5 riding modes: road, sport, wet, off-road, and all-terrain, plus 3 levels of traction control give you plenty to play with, and the quick shifter is light and slick in both directions. One thing nobody will complain about is the exhaust note. The standard system produces a surprisingly crisp, dramatic bark with satisfying pops and bangs on the overrun. The spec sheet for £11,599 is genuinely staggering. A 7-inch TFT dash with smartphone connectivity and sat-nav, cornering lights, LED headlamps, heated seats, heated grips, cruise control, dual USB ports, cornering ABS via 6-axis IMU, Brembo brakes, and fully adjustable KYB suspension at both ends. Much of this kit is usually reserved for flagship adventure bikes costing £25,000 or more. The fact you're getting it all here for under 12 grand is remarkable and really does make rivals look overpriced for their base specifications. Wind protection from the large fairing is excellent. The adjustable screen does a great job at motorway speeds, and the mirrors with built-in blind spot warning indicators are a genuinely useful touch for long-distance riding. The ergonomics are spacious and comfortable, with good scope to adjust your position behind the 24.5-liter tank. However, the seat does start to pinch the inside of your thighs after around 90 to 100 miles, which is something to be aware of if you're planning serious long-distance tour. Fuel economy is another genuine weak point, averaging around 4.2 mpg and dropping as low as 3.5 mpg at a push. It falls noticeably short of the Africa Twin's 45 to 58 mpg real-world figures. Over a long touring season, that difference in running costs adds up. Handling is predictable and stable, but needs to be approached with patience and planning rather than aggression. The weight makes the Xcape a committed cornerer. Once you're in a line, changing it mid-corner isn't really on the agenda. Ground clearance is also limited by the low-slung center stand, which scrapes tarmac regularly when leaning over. And despite the off-road and all-terrain riding modes, the lack of a 21-inch front wheel and proper knobbly rubber makes clear this is a road-focused machine rather than a genuine dirt bike. Flaws and all, though, the Moto Morini X-Cape 1200 is a seriously impressive opening move in the large adventure bike segment. If you're shopping for an Africa Twin, V-Strom, or Stelvio, it would be genuinely foolish not to add this to your test ride list.